Peter, what the fuck? I was one of the lucky people that grew up during a different age of gaming. Back in my day, we weren't getting AAA titles every couple months or so. We weren't walking in to see if they still had the Mario 3D collection. Surprise, surprise, they do. I wasn't even walking into a GameStop. I'm Canadian. It was called EB Games at the time, and now it's not, except now I think they're changing it back, or what, whatever. I got to live through a particularly unique age of gaming, one that's been lost to time and has yet to be repeated.
I just love smacking that Princess Peach.
Back when it wasn't just original stories being made into games, but existing stories being made into games. Long before video game adaptations were becoming the norm in the media, we actually had the opposite. I lived in the age of tie-in video games. I'm talking about your Madagascars for the PlayStation 2. I'm talking about the Goblet of Fires for the Xbox. I'm talking about House MD for the Nintendo DS. Mostly popularized during the 6th generation of consoles, we were getting tie-in video games left and right. Some of them were pretty good adaptations of their respective TV show or movie, and some of them were the Polar Express for the PlayStation 2.
Up, down, left, right.
It's kind of unfortunate how quickly this age of gaming, this trend, was lost to time. Lost as in lost via Domus, which I have on my PC. Honestly, a solid horror game. I would recommend playing it one night around Halloween with your buds. This is an age I personally miss quite a bit. I can't tell you how many times I've watched a scene in a movie or TV show and wondered to myself how it could have been integrated into a video game setting. I can't tell you how many times I've experienced a movie through a video game. Like this Narnia game that me and my friends would play on the GameCube constantly. You wanna know how old I was when I actually sat down to watch The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe for the first time? I was 24. It was last year. That's what made some of these tie-in video games so good sometimes. They were a way for you to experience these iconic TV shows and movies without having to sit still for 2 hours. Now you're sitting still for 6 hours, except you're actually controlling Peter Griffin. Peter, what the fuck? But what about those tie-in games that don't necessarily mimic the movie one-to-one? What about those games that go way off the deep end? And what if, despite all of this, it is still a solid adaptation and arguably better than the movie itself? Yes, I'm saying what you think I'm saying. The Shrek 2 video game is one of the best movie video games ever made.
Yeah! I'm a green, mean fighting machine! Donkey!
Oh, right, my burrow blast!
I just opened a big can of princess on you.
I'm sure it's been a while since you've really sat down and paid attention to Shrek 2, or maybe you legit just watched it like 2 nights ago and so seeing this on your feed was a little jarring. Shrek 2 begins with Shrek and Fiona going on their honeymoon. They scare this innocent Little Red Riding Hood, which we never see again. They have a nice picnic on the beach. They make a Lord of the Rings reference. I haven't seen those movies. And then they go home and see Donkey all upset because his girl won't talk to him. Suddenly, a bunch of soldiers show up at their front door demanding their attendance to the kingdom of far, far away because Fiona's parents would like to meet the man she married. After a long voyage, they get there and chaos ensues, right? It's like the first 10 minutes of the movie. Now, you may be wondering, Starla, you've been gassing up this game quite a bit and you haven't even talked about it yet. Tell me, how does it adapt to the movie? It doesn't. By the beginning of the game, Shrek and Fiona had either already gone on their honeymoon or never went on it to begin with. And they already have the knowledge that they're going to need to pack for a trip to far, far away to meet Fiona's parents. Before they go, Shrek decides that he's gonna need some snacks for the trip. Real white girl shit. I totally get it. And also Gingy's here, but looking way bigger than he's supposed to. He was not this big in the movie.
Look, I don't want to be late.
Then I need help collecting eyeballs. It'll be a long journey, and nobody wants to see me hungry.
Are you already confused? Yeah, no, it doesn't get any easier to understand. Just go with it. Anyway, here's one of the 7 dwarves.
Many thanks to you. Could you rescue my 6 brothers as well?
I've been watching House MD with my friends lately, and we all agreed that these dwarves just look like Taub, so they're Taub now. It's the 7 Taubs. After you get a few eyeballs and make sure to rescue Taub from that net that was tied at Shrek's house for some reason, the main gate opens and you start your adventure in La Hood. What? Where you're promptly jumped by the merry men from the first movie. Yeah, this is still Shrek 2. I guess sometime during the events of the first and second movie, they've just been chilling in this corner of the swamp, waiting to jump Shrek and Fiona. But again, this seems to imply that Shrek and Fiona never went on their honeymoon because the gate was closed. Anyways, you defeat the merry men, you find Taub, you go down this hallway and you meet up with a leprechaun that needs help catching some fairies. Yes, we're still playing Shrek 2. And it's about to get way more fucking confusing because Fiona can slow down time. Pretty much every character in this game has some sort of gimmick, ability, or item that they can use. Fiona can slow down time to help you collect the fast-moving pixies in this level, and if you were worried that this was going to become very overpowered, small spoiler alert, you only get to play as her for the next few levels and don't get her back until the end of the game, so have fun with it while you still can.
I didn't mean to do that. Oh, I didn't mean to do that again.
Name?
No, I didn't mean to do that. We were playing The Legend of Zelda Fiona of Time. I just actually fucking made it, so I don't need to keep doing that.
As we're passing through the area, we kill some turtles, we find Taub, we play on the seesaw, and end up right back at the beginning of the swamp to find...
This is my home, not a pet.
I'll call you Pecky.
Who the fuck is this? That's not Lil Red from the movie. She was blonde. The model for her in Shrek Super Slam is more accurate to the Shrek 2 one. She has a much bigger role in the game compared to the movie. You play as her more than you play as Fiona. And honestly, she's one of my favorite characters to play as. You can just spam her B attack and throw apples. In the movie, she runs off after getting spooked by Shrek and Fiona, but in the game, she's spunky. She's fearless. She has a brighter personality. And she seems to be just as destructive and cruel to animals as Shrek in the game. Because as soon as you meet her, she demands that you help her throw live chickens into a pot of boiling stew. It is literally on fire and we are throwing live chickens into the pot. E for everyone. Sure. Fucking this is America, Lois. After helping Lil Red kill some innocent animals, the back gate opens, we take a little detour to find Taub, and we once again need Fiona's slow down time ability to get past these giant crocs. Why does Shrek just have killer crocodiles in his backyard? I thought he owned the whole swamp now. Whatever, we cross it, we find Taub, we place some blocks to pull a lever, and then another gate opens leading us to Lil Red's grandma's house. And of course, she needs us to kill more birds for her suspiciously familiar looking grandma. This introduces us to one of the most reoccurring gimmicks in the entire game. One that's repeated in every single level, regardless of what characters we play as.
Hero time!
Where a character gets a segment dedicated to them as a character and their abilities. Like how Fiona's hero time is a reference to the iconic singing scene from the first movie. Finally, okay, that is the end of the first level. Now we get to see how this level wraps up.
Well, it's been fun, guys, but I have a blind date. She might be my sugar cookie.
Got room in the carriage? I've got a game to pitch in Far, Far Away.
Oh. It just ends there. Huh. Okay, Red's coming with us to Far, Far Away, except the next level isn't Far, Far Away. It's Spooky Forest. I guess because of the funky travel section in the movie, they wanted to put something in between the swamp and Far, Far Away. So they designed an entire original level in between these actual canon events from the movie. The game assumes that you've seen the movie at this point. I don't think it needed to go for it one for one. The blind mice get turned back into, well, mice, which means we're gonna have to head all the way back to the witch's hut to get them to turn back, which Shrek seems to already know the location of.
The Wicked Witch's place is that way.
What's that about, buddy? The level is essentially an escort mission. Because the mice are blind and are only drawn to the smell of cheese, you have to guide them through the level, keeping them out of trouble, like away from cliffs or out of the mouse traps that are strung around for some reason. Funny little thing about this mission, when I was playing through it to get footage with my friends, Go, who happened to be playing as Shrek, picked up one of the mice and started walking around with it. I've been playing this game since I was 7, and I never knew you could do this until this very moment. Finally, we get to the end of the level, meeting up at the witch's hut to see that the carriage is somehow here. How the fuck did it get here?
Dragon and I flew it here.
Okay, first of all, Dragon wasn't even in Shrek 2. She doesn't show up until the very end of the movie. She's not supposed to be here. I thought she was pregnant. And also, isn't Gingy supposed to be on a blind date?
Blind date.
It's safe to say that it's probably been at least a couple hours or so, but did it not go well, buddy? I'm sorry, man. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. This moves us along right into Donkey's hero time, where we get to play as the dragon. Of course, we save the princess, and finally we head out to Far, Far Away. What? Really? Alright, if you say so. I'm not putting the wig on, this is the best you're getting. Okay, now we're finally in Far, Far Away, except this entire section of the movie is summarized in a few pages. Like, over 15 minutes of the movie is just summarized in a few pages before the actual level. And on top of that, they pulled a Five Nights at Freddy's, adding an extra day to the overall plot. The meeting, the dinner, the first visit, the drive-thru, the argument, and Harold hiring Puss in Boots seemingly happens all in one long day. But the game takes the beginning of that and the end of that and kind of throws it into one level. The Far, Far Away level never happens in the movie. Disregarding the fact that Lil Red is here, there was never a moment where Shrek and the gang is wandering the streets of Far, Far Away. They're in the carriage and they head straight to the castle. But honestly, that's one of the things that makes me love this level in particular. You do just get to run around the streets of Far, Far Away, destroying some of the architect, trolling some of the civilians. I love shopping with Cinderella, especially if I can play as Fiona and pretend to shop alongside her. Get some girl time in before the third movie, you know? Sneaking around the troll while he seemingly throws the family jewels around the jewelry. I don't understand this level. Fighting about a dozen rats. What is this? The fucking Suicide Squad? Collecting Humpty Dumpty pieces. That's an outline right there. That is an outline of a body. There was a body here. Someone was murdered. This level also houses Shrek's hero time. Isn't it weird how Fiona and Donkey got a hero time before Shrek? I know that we had to get Fiona's at some point because we don't get to play as her after this level, but look who's on the front of the box. You know how the other Shrek movies are kind of iconic for how they parody and imitate other movies? Whether they're making fun of the old concept of fairy tales or taking a scene one for one. First of all, the musical does this too, and not many people talk about it. Please go watch the musical. It is unironically my favorite. But also, the game does it too. Because Far, Far Away is a city setting, the developers decided to throw in a GTA reference of all things. If you mess around with the civilians too much or pick a fight with the guards, you'll get the classic star system on your top left corner. One little thing that I love about this game that doesn't really connect to any points, but I want to mention otherwise, is the idle animations. Yes, they have idle animations that'll play on their own, but did you know that you can actually trigger these idle animations? I've never played another game that has this, but if you press Y, you can just have Donkey piss. And it's not even just that the characters have their own idle animations. They have idle animations that they can play together. If you get Lil Red and Donkey together, Lil Red will feed him an apple. If you get Gingy and Donkey together, Gingy will hop on his back and ride him, which shouldn't be possible because he was not that big in the movie. Shrek and Fiona will have a nice little dance before she flips him. It just kind of goes to show that the developers were putting a lot of love and care into this game. They had no reason to program in these partner idle animations. When would you ever want to stop and press Y just in the middle of nowhere? It's just cool that they decided to program that in. Anyways, to get back to my original point, I really do like that the Shrek video game still follows that parody rule. First level is a tutorial, second level is an escort mission, third level is a minigame hub world, and the fourth level is a rhythm minigame, but I'm trying not to get ahead of myself. Speaking of getting ahead of myself, what the fuck was Harold's plan here? At the end of the level, if it wasn't obvious at this point, Harold's plan was to get Shrek and the gang killed. That's why we were put into these hella dangerous situations. But Fiona was with us. He addresses her directly at the end of the cutscene. He knew that she was with us. He looks visibly frustrated and disappointed. That's your daughter! Now is the time Harold goes and hires the ogre killer at the poison apple, and we get to see that you just gotta let it go moment, but it's once again in the book. I find it so funny that the actual canon parts from the film are just in a fucking book that the mirror is reading to us, the player. Wait, if he's a mirror, how is he reading a book? You can't read a book when it's in a fucking mirror. How am I supposed to? So now is the time that Shrek goes on the walk with Donkey and Gingy Red, and then they run into the ogre killer. He tries to kill you rhythmically, he fails, and then you pick him up and he tells you he's gonna take you to
Grande Fere Madre.
and you beat the level. Once again, we're met with that little fork in the road when it comes to the Shrek 2 continuity. In the movie, the factory is not that long of a walk and they basically get in there immediately. But in the game, the guard won't let Shrek and the gang through, only Lil Red because she had an appointment. And because the game only lets you play as 4 people, so they need an excuse to get rid of Red. Bye, Red, but fear not. A package from Jack and Jill's farm is also to be expected, and so the gang decides to
Intercept that package from the farm.
At this point, I've done a whole lot of summarizing for the game, as I tend to do in these sort of essay video game videos. As usual, I won't be going through the entire game because my hopes is that you'll actually sit down and give this game a try. But I will sidetrack for a second to talk about the soundtrack because, oh my god, it goes way harder than it should. Kevin Menthe, Kevin Ripple, and Rob Berry all worked on the soundtrack for this game. Kevin Menthe was responsible for the Spy Kids and Robot Chicken soundtrack. Kevin Ripple composed the main theme for Johnny Test, and Rob Berry really fucking likes working on Shrek 2 games. Oh my god, dude. Seriously though, I was listening to the soundtrack while writing the script, and there were many times I had to stop and process exactly what I was listening to. This is the kind of game where you'll probably hear the song loop quite a bit, but to actually sit down and listen to high definition copies of it is an entirely other experience. I love it when little games go hard for absolutely no reason at all. Also talking about the idle animations, because that's still cool as hell to me. Without really spoiling too much more, the rest of the game is relatively non-canon to the movie, save for about 2 or so locations. I know it might seem a little ridiculous that I'm refusing to spoil a tie-in video game made in 2004, but trust me, you will want to experience this as blind as possible. If you have a decently sized friend group with about 2 or 3 people and you're struggling to find a game to play, I 100% implore you to suggest Shrek 2. It's the kind of game that you can kill in about a day, maybe about 5 hours or so, and it's endless fun, even if you play it ironically. If I still haven't convinced you, if you genuinely don't think this game would be fun, I'm gonna show you a little mini compilation of when I played this game with my friends Stooge and Cal. Enjoy.
I'm sorry, just the Shinji's like deadpan stare as you.
Are you serious? I'm tired of your shit,
Shrek, what are you doing?
He's fucking dead.
All 4 of his legs broken.
Do you see this shit? He killed him.
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
He just did that himself. That's insane. Oh, sorry, I just punched him. I'm sorry.
He got so mad.
Are you kidding?
I'm sorry.
Somehow you are being put. Okay, go into the control room. I fucking hate all of them.
Controlling both of them? Is that how we're doing this?
Yeah, sure.
That shouldn't be too bad, right?
I'll control both
I
of
see
them.
you're doing it for the memes.
I'm doing it for the and then people will be like, "Wow, player 3 and player 4 are moving in perfect synchronicity."
I'm actually Ginger Donkey right now. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
There you go.
I don't care.
Move it.
And he's gone.
Why are you fucking crip walking? Fuck off.
Where is he going?
Where is he going?
Oh shit! Look at them all.
Oh no.
There once was a monkey.
I don't care.
There once was a...
I was waiting to be like, check.
I don't care.
You cut me off.
Or tell.
Oh no!
I don't care.
Oh no, he did! He vaporized
Oh
him!
my god! Bye. I didn't fall. What's
Is
all
it
that,
cutscene?
Shrek? Oh man. What?
What? Did we die?
What the hell? I hit it.
Dude, look at this one hitting the fucking.
Pick it up.
Yeah, bitch. Oh! He's mad!
Just
Fuck,
dodged.
fuck.
I just dodged death.
And done.
No?
I really like the music for this area. Living in my basement?
That's how it works, right? That's the job.
Is it?
That's how they get promoted.
Is it?
No.
Rats!
That the reason candy canes have red color is because they were invented by communists.
Where are you getting these from? What magazine? What magazine are you reading?
Peter.
Communists
What
in
the
my
fuck?
basement? What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Damn! Did you see that?
Yeah, that's sick.
Oh, William Gruff, I'm jamming with the Gruff, I'm going with the Gruff, walking down with the Gruff, walking up with the Gruff, going north with the Gruff, bringing Gruff home to his Gruff family. He's gonna make a nice pie, well, don't you see? He knows how to cook, he knows how to clean. He's going home sweet
Don't show
home,
no
you know
one.
what I mean?
Won't you help me?
What if you say no?
You're probably right to abandon me. Those tin cans had a right to live just like anyone else.
Do you feel good about yourself after that? Look at you! Look at you, smug! Yeah, now we turn around.
Oh, you don't want me to hit the donkey at that?
No, not yet, because we're gonna go get the guy.
You okay? That's a little forward.
My name is Starla, this is my video, and I've got some big news. I've started a Patreon. Here's Here's your chance to help me really improve my content while being a part of a community attached to one of 3 tiers. Tier 1 will have your name put at the end of the video in that thank you for being here section. You'll also be some of the first to get some new updates on whatever video I'm progressing on. And you'll get a custom Discord role for the official StarCore Discord server. Tiers 2 and 3 include access to bloopers and outtakes, access to polls to vote on what my next video is going to be about, first in line to multiplayer events, and absolutely more to come as I get this going. All relevant information will be listed in the description. I implore you to give it a look, especially if you wanted to help out with this kind of content and even help me improve it in some cases. If you're a little bit confused on the pricing, chances are you're looking at the page in USD, and since I'm Canadian, I'm actually getting a little bit more than what you're donating, which means we both benefit from this. If you want a more direct way of supporting me, I do also stream on Twitch Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5 p.m. I've also been wanting to push that to Wednesdays and Sundays as well. I'm genuinely grateful that not only have you made it to the end of this video, but that you even clicked on it to begin with. I have loved making videos and streaming and talking to Discord and doing this fucking, like, it's so nice to have this community that is so positive and understanding of each other. I genuinely mean it. Every step of the way. Thank you for allowing me to do this. Yo, shoot for the stars. I'll see you in the next one. I'm taking these goddamn wings off, boy.